Welcome, guys. Welcome to Infinite Floating Stocks. Today, I'll be explaining you the basics of price action. Okay. When I call it as a basics, it means it includes support. I mean, concept of support, concept of resistance, and trend lines. And there are a lot many other things which are part of which comes under basics of price action. But in this video, I'm going to explain you about support and resistance. Okay. So yes, let's get started. Contents. These are the contents for this video. I'm going to explain you what is support and what is resistance and how to draw them, how to draw support and resistance and important points about support and resistance. Okay. So what is support? All right. Let's get on to the charts. Then I'll be explaining you on the charts about support so that your understanding will be great if you I mean, if you want, uh, what can I say? If you get onto the charts and if you look at the market on the charts, then that will help. That will increase your understanding. Okay. So, all right. Now I will explain you what is support. To draw support, you need to click on this pencil icon. Okay. So this is Zerodha stockbroker, which I use. And to draw a support or resistance, you need to click on this drawing tool, this pencil icon. Okay. Once you click on this pencil icon, there will be a left panel which will be populated at the left end of the screen. So it includes all the drawing tools. Okay. So to draw support or resistance, you need to click on horizontal line. You need to use this horizontal line. I repeat, to draw support or resistance, you need to click on this pencil icon. Then you should, uh, upon clicking upon the pencil icon, drawing tool will populate and you need to select horizontal line from the drawing tool to draw support or resistance. Okay. So I'm selecting horizontal line here. Now I'll be explaining you about the concept or the reality behind support. Okay. So yes, I can call this line as a support line. Okay. Because because when sellers are trying to push the price towards downside, buyers are coming into the picture at this zone and they try to push the price up. Okay. And again, when the sellers are trying to push the price down, again at the same zone, I mean at the same level where the price got rejected. So again, the buyers are coming uh, at the same level and they're trying to push the price towards upward again. So again, at the third time, when sellers are trying to push the price downward, again at the same level, for the third time, the buyers are coming and they are trying to push the price up. Okay. So, all right. Again, the sellers are trying to push the price towards downward. Again, at the same zone, we are at the same level. See, this is the first rejection. This is the second rejection, and this is third rejection, and this is fourth rejection. Okay. When I call it as a rejection, that means the price bounces back towards upward because of high buying pressure. Okay. So I repeat, when I call it as a rejection, the stock is taking support here. It is taking support here and it's bouncing back towards upside. Okay, because of buying pressure. Okay, because buyers come to the market at that point and they try to push the price towards upward. In the same way, at second touch point, buyers came to the market at the same level and they try to push the price towards upward. Again, at the third level, at the third rejection, again buyers came to the market and they tried to push the price towards upward. Price is bouncing back towards upward because of high buying pressure. Okay, so here again sellers try to push the price towards downside, and we are at the same level now. So you can expect that buyers gonna come to the market and they're gonna push price towards upside. Okay, so price may bounce back towards upside because of huge buying pressure on 12th October. Okay, so that may happen. So that's how. So this is the reality behind support concept. Okay, when it comes to support, that means um, buyers come to the market at the support zone and they try to push the price towards upward. They, I mean, they won't be happy if the price moves downward. Okay, So there will be some junctions, or there will be some zones in on the chart where buyers come to the market and they try to push price towards upward. So because of that high buying pressure, the price bounces back towards upward from that level. Okay. So it has happened here once, and it has happened here twice, and it has happened here thrice. And you can expect the same behavior here as well. So before happening that, you can make buy position here, and you can make sell position there. Okay. So these are all will be your profits if you're trading on a simple support concept. Okay. So that's the logic behind support, guys. It's nothing but when sellers try to push the price towards downward, buyers come to the picture and they try to push price upward. Okay. Again, the stock reached the same junction or the same level where the price reaction has happened earlier. So again, the buyers came to the picture at the same level and they try to push the price towards upward. And again, at the third rejection, again at the same level where the first rejection and second rejection happened, again at the third rejection, buyers came to the market and they tried to push the price up. I mean, the price bounced back towards upward because of huge buying pressure. Now at the fourth time, yes, you can take references from this first rejection, second rejection, and third rejection, and you can expect that again the buyers will come at the same junction, at the same zone, and they may push the price towards upward. So before happening that, you need to look for a few confirmations. We'll be explaining you what are the confirmations that you need to look for in upcoming sessions. Okay. So before you need to look into those confirmations before making buy positions. Okay. So you need to make buy here because you can expect buyers to come here and they try to push the price off because we are at the key level. Okay. This is, I mean, the price is taking support here the fourth time because it already took support here and bounced back. It took support here and bounced back, took support here and bounced back. So at this junction, buyers may come, they try to push the price towards upward. Okay. So this is how you should be trading on a support concept. Okay. So support is the basic concept of price action. So this is all about support. So if you want me to explain with another example, all right, let's search for another support level here. All right, I can draw this thing. I'll select horizontal line here from the drawing tool and I draw this level. Okay. Now see, at this point, sellers are trying to push the price towards downward, but price took support here and bounced back. Buyers came to the picture and they tried to push towards upward. And and again, sellers tried to push towards downward, but buyers came to the market at the same level. This is second rejection. So at the third rejection, you can expect that buyers will again come to the market at the same level and they again try to push the price up. Okay. Before that happen, you can make buy position here and you can sell off your positions there and book profit. Okay. That's how one should be trading using support concept of price action. Okay. And like I told, you should not make, I mean, you should not blindly buy here. There are few other confirmations. Like I told, I'll be explaining them in later sessions. Okay. So that's all about support. Okay. Again, look at this thing. This is first rejection, this is second rejection, this is third rejection, and this is fourth rejection, guys. So again, the sellers are trying to push price towards downward, but at the same junction, at the same zone, at the same area, again the buyers came into the picture and they tried to push the price up. I mean, the price bounced back towards upward because of huge buying pressure. So this is a logic behind support. Okay. So, and there are one condition which is very important you need to consider while drawing support. Okay. You need to look for minimum 2 touch points to draw a support. Okay. For example, uh, I can draw this level. I have drawn this level because I'm having 2 touch points here. This is touch point number 1 and this is touch point number 2. Okay. So you need to have minimum 2 touch points to draw support. Okay. So, all right. What is support? I'm expecting that you guys are very good with support thing now. So let's get on to resistance. What is resistance? So I'll be explaining the same thing on the charts so that you guys will be very clear with my explanation. Okay. So I'll explain all these concepts in real-time scenarios. I'll be using charts most of the times to explain the concepts. So, all right, let's select Infosys stock. Okay, this is Infosys stock. Okay, so to draw resistance, again, you need to click on this pencil icon and you need to select horizontal line from the drawing tool. Okay, once the selection is done, you need to connect minimum 2 touch points to draw resistance as well. I repeat, to draw support, you need minimum 2 touch points. Again, to draw resistance, you also need minimum 2 touch points. And yes, resistance is, it's just the opposite thing of, it's the vice versa of support. Okay. So for example, I can call this point as a resistance point. Okay. Because in this scenario, uh, when buyers trying to push the price towards upward, sellers are coming to the market and they are resisting the price movement towards upward. They are resisting means they are trying to press the price towards downward. Okay, they are resisting the price movement toward upward and they are pushing the price towards downward. So at the resistance zone, sellers come to the market. I mean sellers come to the picture and they try to push the price towards downward direction. Okay, again, this is first rejection, and again, buyers are trying to push the price towards upward, and at the same level where the first rejection has happened, again the sellers came to the market and they tried to push the price down. Okay, so, and at the same level, this is first rejection, this is second rejection, and this is a third rejection. At the third rejection also, when the buyers are trying to push the price upward, sellers came to the market and they tried to push price towards downward. Okay, so at resistance level, price bounces back towards the downside because of selling pressure, high selling pressure. I repeat, at resistance point, sellers come to the market and they try to push price towards downward. I mean, price bounces back towards downward because of high selling pressure. Okay. So, and this is breakout scenario. I'll be explaining you all these things in upcoming sessions. So let's stick to today's topic only, which is support and resistance. Okay. So I repeat, resistance is nothing but it's just the vice versa of support. Okay. Uh, resistant to draw a resistance, one need minimum 2 touch points. Okay, you need to connect minimum 2 touch points to draw resistance. Okay, so, and resistance is nothing but when buyers are trying to push price up, there will be some zone or level where sellers will come to the market and they try to push the price down. So such type of zone or level is called resistance zone or resistance line. Okay, so again, when buyers are trying to push price up, when buyers are trying to push the price up or buyers are trying to take the price upward, sellers come to the market and they resist the price movement towards upward and they push the price towards downward. Okay, sellers come to the picture at these resistance levels. Okay, so such type of zone or level is called resistance level. So it's the reverse of support. Okay, so all right guys, support is nothing but sellers will try to push the price towards downward. Here the buyers will come and push the price upward. And again, if this thing happens, then such line is called support line. See, at this point, price is taking support and bouncing back in my example. And again, at the same point, at the same level, price is taking support and it's bouncing back towards upward because of huge buying pressure. So such type of line is called support line. In an opposite scenario, if the buyers are pushing the price towards upward, and if it's bouncing back towards downward, then such type of line is called resistance line. Now in my scenario, in my second scenario, this is resistance line, but in this scenario, this is my support line. Okay, so I'm expecting that you guys are very clear with what is support and what are resistances and how to draw them effectively. Okay, when I call, to draw them effectively, you need to have minimum 2 touch points to draw support or resistance. Okay, when I call it as a 2 touch points, this is touch point number 1 and this is touch point number 2. So you can consider that this is touch point 1, this is touch point 2, and you can estimate that at the third touch point, again you can expect that sellers will come to the market and they try to push the price towards downward. So in that scenario, you need to make sell position here. You need to make sell first and you need to buy back later to book profits. Okay. Again, there are lot many other confirmations you need to look for before making sell or buy position. Okay. Anyway, I'll be explaining you all those confirmations in my upcoming sessions. So I'm expecting that you guys are very clear with support and resistance. So let's get on to slides. What is support and what is resistance? So support and resistances. This is the possible definition that I can put on to my slide. So it's nothing but it's an area where price has reacted to it in the past and can possibly react to it again in the future. That's what I explained, right? This is touch point 1, this is touch point 2. So price has reacted to it in the past. This is past, this is past, and you can expect that and can possibly react to it again in the future. Okay, this is future. So this I have connected resistance by drawing two touch points, and this is my future. So you can expect that again the price can react to it at the same level. So that helps us to make buy or sell position depending upon support or resistance. Okay, so that's the justification of my definition. I repeat, it's an area where price has reacted to it in the past and can possibly react to it again in the future. Okay, so support and resistances is important. Support and resistance is important because possible trade opportunities arise at these levels where price has reacted to it in the past. Okay, I repeat this point. Support and resistances are important because possible trade opportunities arise. Possible trade opportunities arise. When I call it as a possible trade opportunities arise, that means after connecting two touch points, uh, this is the third touch point where the possible trade opportunity arises. Okay, you can expect the same behavior at the third rejection, and you can make sell position first and buy back later to book profits. All right. So, and when price breaks above resistance, that resistance can be a support. Okay, and support line can also act as resistance and resistance line can also act as support. I'll explain you this. Let's get on to the charts. So when I come to this scenario, let me delete this. All right, when I come to this scenario, look at this line. It's acting as a resistance here because price getting rejected from that point and it again got rejected from that point or level, and it's the third time again where the price got rejected by that point, and yeah, sellers came to the market heavily and they pushed the price towards downward at that level. Okay, so this level is resistance. This is called resistance line. But when I move backward, here it is acting as a support. See, it took support and bounced back. It took support and bounced back. Right? Again, it took support and bounced back. It took support and bounced back. It took support and bounced back towards upward. Okay, so the same line here it is acting as a support, and when I come to here it is acting as a resistance. Okay, so that's the justification behind the point which I have written here on the slide. So when price breaks above resistance, the resistance can be a support, and when price breaks below support, and the support can also be a resistance. Okay, so in a simple word, the support can also act as resistance and resistance can also act as support. Okay, so support can act as resistance and resistance can also act as support. All right. So how to draw support and resistances? So all you need to consider these things which are very important while drawing support or resistances. Okay. So you need to connect swing high and swing low. Okay. When I call it as a swing high and swing low, this is swing high, guys, because price got, I mean, this looks like a swing, right? This is one swing. This is second swing. This is third swing. This is fourth. These are all swings. So you need to be connecting swing highs. This is swing high. When I call this as a swing, this as second swing, this as third swing. So this is swing high. Okay. This is swing high and this will be swing low. Okay. For this swing, this will be swing high. and this will be swing low. Okay, for this swing, this is swing high, and this will be swing low. This will be swing low. Okay, so you need to be connecting two swing highs or swing lows to draw support or resistance. And you need minimum 2 touch points to draw support or resistance. I already told you that. And more the number of touch points, stronger will be the level. Okay, I repeat, this is most important point. So if you are having a support or resistance with 2 touch points, that is weaker than another support or resistance which is having 5 or 10 touch points. Okay, I repeat, you need to have more number of touch points while drawing support or resistance. Okay, more the number of touch points, the stronger will be the level. I repeat, I'm repeating it because it's very important. Okay, so while drawing support and resistances, you need to have minimum 2 touch points, but support and resistance which is drawn with 2 touch points or 3 touch points is weaker than support and resistance which are drawn with 5 or 10 touch points. So you need to have more number of touch points to make the level more stronger. All right, so more the number of touch points, the stronger the level is. And multiple rejections of an area, the more the better it is. When I call it as a rejection, I already explained you that rejection is nothing but this is rejection from this level, it moved downward. This is again the second rejection, it moved downward. This is again the third rejection, it moved downward. Okay, so that is rejection. So you need to have more rejections. More rejections means more number of touch points. More number of touch points implies the stronger will be the level. And has acted as both support and resistance. And again, so I already told, support can also act as resistance and resistance can also act as support. So in this scenario, while drawing support and resistances, you need to consider, you need to draw the lines which can be acting as support and resistances as well, because this line is acting as a support here and it is acting as a resistance here. So you need to be drawing these type of lines to make your trading more effective. And the move away from the area was significant. When I call it as a move away is nothing but it's the rejection. The move away from the area was significant. Significant in the sense it should give the good movement from the rejection level. Okay, this is significant move towards downward. Again, this is significant move towards downward. Again, this is significant move towards downward. Okay, and look at this thing. I draw a support here. This is a significant move. Buyers came to the market and they pushed the price up. Again, this is again the significant move. I mean, the reaction should be strong to make your level stronger while drawing support or resistance. Okay. So, and it was recently respected in the sense that touch point should be close to your current date. It should not be very far. Okay. For example, this is our third touch point, third rejection. Okay. When I go back, the second rejection has happened on the previous day only. So then I can call it as it has respected recently. So that's how you should be. These are all the criteria you need to be thinking about or keeping in your mind while drawing very good support or stronger support or resistance levels. Okay. All right. Important points about support and resistance. Do not treat support or resistance as solid lines or points. Treat them as areas and zones. Okay. When I draw this line, you should not consider that line as a definite line or point. Okay. So you need to treat this as an area. For example, the you need to draw like this. You should be drawing like this. Okay. Because you should consider the support and resistances as areas instead of considering them as zone. Considering them as lines. Okay. So this is how you should be drawing support or resistances. This is support thing. I'll explain you about the resistance. All right. I'm going to delete all these things. Yes. This is how you should be drawing resistance, because like I told, you should not read them as lines or points, definite lines or points. You need to treat them as zones or areas. This is a zone where price got rejected once, price got rejected twice, and this is an area where price got rejected thrice. Okay, so that's how you should be treating them. You should be treating them as areas or zones instead of treating them as points or lines. Okay, so always wait for price action before considering an entry. Okay, when I call it as a price action, that means there are a lot many other confirmations before making buy or sell position depending upon support or resistance. I'm going to explain them in my later sessions. No worries. So the more obvious the levels, the better they are. Should not force the levels. Okay. You should not force your levels. The levels should be very obvious. Okay. And do not draw 100 lines and confuse yourself. I'll explain you this. When I there are few other people. Oh, give me a minute. All right. So there are few other people who just go on draw all the levels, all the support and resistance level, and they call them as strong support and resistance level. So you should not go and draw all 100 lines and call them as strong support and resistance levels. Okay, you should be drawing only effective support and resistance levels. Okay, like this. You should not draw this thing, this line, and this line. That will make you confused, and that makes your trading messy. Okay, so be careful while drawing support and resistances. Your chart should look clean and the level should be more obvious. You should not force your levels while drawing support and resistances. And use higher time frame to draw support and resistance. When I call it as a higher time frame, that means you need to go down to hourly, you need to go down to hourly or daily time frame, and you should be drawing support and resistances. Okay, so you should be drawing support and resistances in higher time frame. Things which are drawn in higher time frame are more stronger than support and resistances which are drawn in lower time frames. See, support and resistances drawn in higher time frame are more stronger than support and resistances drawn in lower time frame. I repeat, this is very important point. So support and resistances drawn in higher time frame are more stronger than support and resistances drawn in lower time frame. And we put more weight on monthly and weekly levels because they are more dynamic. Like I told, weekly and monthly levels are more stronger than daily, hourly, and minute levels. Okay, because levels which are drawn in higher time frame are more stronger than levels which are drawn in lower time frame. Okay, so always wait for confirmation before making an entry. All right. So I'll be explaining all those confirmations in coming sessions. Yes, guys. Now I'm expecting that you guys are very clear with what is support, what is resistance, and how to draw support and resistances. And yes, things to be considered while drawing support and resistances. Okay. So I'm expecting that you guys learned something good in this video, and you guys are very clear with what we have taught. Okay. And yes, if you like my explanation, and yeah, if my explanation is good and if you are able to understand what was taught, please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.